Hello. I know I'm late, guys. It's always some technical difficulties going on with me. That's just how I work. But hi, hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the Be True series Girl Chat. I have a very, very, very special guest, my BFF.
Hi, everyone.
I know I'm late, guys. It's always some technical difficulties going on with me. That's just how I work. But hi. Okay, girl, be quiet. Do I sound that loud?
Huh?
I said, do I sound that loud? Sorry, playback. But anyways, hello. Hi, Sienna. Hi, Shebe. Hi, Diana. Hi, Genesis. Oh my goodness. I haven't seen you on well, you're usually on my lives, but this is early. So hi. Okay, so this is a Be True series girl chat. If you guys don't know, this is a girl chat that I do. It's like a virtual girl chat where I talk with girls about girl stuff. Every girl stuff you can think about, we talk about here. And we're just gonna be being true. Get it? Like be true? Yeah, being true. Okay. Anyways, so I have a special guest, my BFF here. I'm so excited because I haven't seen her in so long, and I just decided that we should just get her on. So first, obviously, tell your name, your age, where you're from, and then your zodiac sign, just so we can get a little background on you.
Okay. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Katiana. I'm 24, and I'm from Miami. Pretty much raised here in Georgia, Atlanta, whatever you want to call it. And I'm a Libra.
You're a real Libra. So any Libras out there. And I'm an Aquarius. So thank you, Diana. I know she looks so pretty. I'm just looking at you.
I'll try.
So pretty. But yeah, so Libra and Aquarius, if you guys follow horoscopes, we're this pretty compatible sign. But yeah, so we're just gonna talk about kind of like some things first about get background on our friendship. We can answer some friendship related questions or any other questions, but we kind of have a basis on everything. So we're gonna start off talking about where like how we met. Also how we maintain a friendship of over how long has it been since we've been best friends?
I can't even count anymore.
What is it like?
Is it been 15 years?
15?
That's it?
I don't know. Geez, that's a long time. But
I think we're headed up there. I think we're headed to almost 15 years.
We're gonna have to do something like big for
Yeah,
our
anniversary.
But yeah, so how we maintain friendship over 15 years or whatever, about 15 years, because we did have a lot of falling out. We had some issues in the middle, but we made it through. And then we're going to talk about our quarantine, because my friend, she had at one point she was alone during quarantine, and she's single, so I feel like that's a lot of people can relate to that, so I feel like I want her to give you guys what she like her background and what she's been going through, how she's been able to cope and everything like that. And then we'll answer any questions. Okay, let's go. Maria. Hi, Melita. Hi, Kiana. Thank you guys so much. They're being so nice. Shape. Oh my gosh. Okay, so how did we meet? I don't even remember. I still don't. I have bad memory, by the way, guys.
We met because we went to the same school. I feel like we met probably like on the bus, we had to wait for the bus, and that's how we kind of, I guess.
Yeah, I remember.
You Miss Fashionista, and I was like, who is that?
Fashionista. Okay, so a little background. She was already living in Georgia, so we both live in Georgia right now. But I'm from California. She's from Miami, but she was already living, in Georgia. And then when I first moved to Georgia, we ended up being at the same apartment complex. And then when it was time to go to school, I think we will have to wait like in the front buses area in the front for the bus to pick us up. And so then I guess while we're waiting, what you see me, because I'm all like, I was very like creative.
Yeah, you were real chill, like real cool, but yeah. So it was like, oh, okay, hi,
So did you want to say hi to me?
I don't know. I really don't know how because I think you were friends with this one girl. I think you guys were really close. I can't remember her name,
Oh,
but and then I know she moved. I don't know. I really don't know how things happen. I just think that just because we were at the same bus stop, we
yeah,
kind of,
we ended up talking.
yeah, and we lived
And
in the same apartment.
I remember you being shy.
Yes, very shy.
So this is what I liked because again, I may seem like very outwardly and like woo, like an extrovert, but I'm really an
Mhm.
introvert. I'm just extroverted around people that I like love and I like. So you guys should feel special right now, the ones that's watching, because you guys are a part of like I feel comfortable around you. But yeah, so I like when I look for friends, I look for those people who are like more reserved
Mhm.
because I don't really like it's okay. Everybody has their people, but it's a little intimidating when somebody's like out there, So I just thought she was like a little shy, cute girl. Like I was like mysterious, like who is she? So
I
yeah,
get
so yeah, we ended up talking, we got along, and blah blah
Mhm.
blah. So that's how we met. So yeah, we stayed friends for a while. Even at one point, you moved to Florida. Well, multiple
Mhm.
times, maybe a few
Yep,
times you moved to back to Florida, and
back
then
and forth.
came back. Yeah, back and forth,
Mhm.
and came back to Georgia, and we kind of just stayed friends through just being in contact, like calling up each other. Communication, honestly, is just what's held it together, and
Mhm.
yeah, and then the falling out that we don't even know. We had one big. A lot of people like. I feel like in friendships, it's like, do you go get in like fights and stuff like that? And I
Mhm.
feel like we only had like a few little
You
fights or
know,
whatever.
yeah.
Not even fights, but like bickers. But there was one point where we almost stopped being friends, and I don't even know what happened. Like, do you know? Do you remember?
I honestly
Of
feel
course,
like
you're not gonna say no, but I feel like she just stopped talking. Like I don't know. I just felt like I don't even know what happened or how. I don't
no.
remember.
I don't
But
know if it was 'cause we were like in an awkward place. I feel like you probably was transitioning. And maybe I was moving a little bit more further. I really don't know. I feel like maybe it was like we were just in two different places, maybe. I don't know. I think there was just a lot going on where we just probably was like, okay, that
yeah,
was
well,
I guess.
I on my end, because everybody has two sides to the story.
Mhm.
I think we were like again doing different things, and I was just like, oh, I haven't heard from her. And then I remember telling my mom like, because it was like months, it was like a long time, and I
Mhm.
was just like, oh, like should I call her or should I text her? And then I'm very stubborn, so I'm like, oh, she's not texting or calling me, so I'm not gonna do that.
Mhm.
But I kept, then I ended up having dreams about you, which was so weird.
Oh
But
my God.
yeah, I was having dreams about you, like not like that, but I was just I don't know how it came, but yeah, I had little dreams and I'm like, okay, it's a sign. And then I ended up reaching out and then you reached out and then we were friends again. So
Yeah, and it's crazy how things kind of align because right around that time, I was literally at work. I was like, man, like I miss my best friend. I haven't heard from her in like so long. And I remember this girl saying, right around the holidays, people tend to be more, I don't know, like family open, like getting in contact with people because it's the
mhm,
season. And
mhm.
then,
And
you hit
then
me
here I
up.
am helping out. Hi, everything okay?
I
But
know,
yeah.
I know.
So what would you say like is a key? I mean, I don't know, like I feel like again for real, because I feel like people struggle with either making friends,
Mhm,
keeping friends, or
mhm,
just like, oh, when is that time to let a friend go?
mhm.
And I just feel like again, as far as making friends, like would you have any advice for anybody who is like struggling to make friends or something like that?
I think just growing up, like, now that we're adults, I
Yeah.
think, you definitely do have to get out your comfort zone and network with people and just start small. I'm not saying to go out by yourself, but maybe find I don't know, like a yoga class or a dance class, something that you kind of have similarities with others and maybe you can connect and talk to other people. I find it that if you honestly like open up and you're bubbly or having a conversation, people will actually open up and have a conversation with you. I
Yeah.
mean, of course, you can sense energy. So if somebody has an attitude or awkwardness with them, of course, you don't want to be like,
Yeah,
hello.
but I know it's hard right now because we are in quarantine. So
Mhm.
it's like honestly is like making friends. It's like, what is that? You
No,
know, but obviously
no.
you have community. Again, you have to find like groups online or, you know,
Mhm,
live chats, girl live chats,
mhm,
or just certain things. It's like all about virtual stuff right now.
right.
But also maintaining, I mean, if you have a friend or if you had a friend or if you were like us that you thought somebody was your friend and you haven't heard anything from them during quarantine, because I was watching this one live and they were talking about how people were offended that people weren't checking in, like checking in
Mhm,
on your friends. And a lot of people haven't been checking in. And then it's like,
mhm.
oh, show you who your real friends are, who your people who really
Which I find kind of ridiculous in a way
do.
because I do because I mean, of course, like if you are close to people, you know, of course you want to, especially if you were consistent with checking up or calling or texting. But I feel like when the pandemic like first started, everybody was kind of in an uncomfortable place. We were all trying to figure out, you know, what's next, you know. So I feel like maybe it was a time where, again, I definitely think communication is definitely plays a part, but at the same time, I feel like we shouldn't take things to the heart just because
Yeah.
nobody checked in soon as the pandemic started.
True,
So,
but no, throughout, like even
oh,
still
okay, okay.
now. But yeah, I do get what you're saying because I mean, at
Mm-hmm.
one point, it's like we're still trying to deal with it. We're going through stuff ourselves.
Right.
But I do
Mm-hmm.
know, like, even for the people that I know who are quarantined alone or who were like
Mm-hmm.
you specifically, I was just like, you know, I may not have been perfect, but I, you know, had in my mind, like, you know, oh, but then it's like also scary because it's like, again, I wanted to come over because that's when I was like in transition when we
Mm-hmm.
did live together. But I was like I was staying with Blake because my mom was like, "Okay, where you gonna be? If you gonna be
Right,
in this
right.
place, stay in that place."
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, and then yeah, so I don't know. It's also like, oh well, you don't know if you should go see friends because you're not supposed to be seeing other people.
Right.
So there's a lot of things, but I mean, just calling in and checking in. If you have somebody that, I mean, you need to check in at this point with everybody, like
Yes.
your
At this
family,
point, yeah.
people you haven't talked to, like your friends,
Yeah.
even if they haven't messaged you or said anything, just reach out and be like, hey, just checking in, how you doing? And you never
Mm-hmm.
know what may happen from that. So oh sorry, I'm reading the comments
I know
now.
you're
Uh I feel like school relationships are the strongest and last the longest. Yeah, I mean, I mean, I feel like if you could find a good friend, because been a lot of friends. I've had a lot of friends, and I only have like one best loyal friend. Like I could say,
mm-hmm.
like it's a ride or die. I know we're gonna be friends until we get married, have babies, and get old and stuff like
Right,
that.
right.
So yeah, I mean, you may find your strongest friends. Oops, you may find your strongest friends in school, but you will lose a lot of friends as
Of
well.
course.
Just growing up,
Mm-hmm.
that's just how it is. People grow apart or people get their own lives and stuff like that. And it's honestly how strongly you feel. I mean, you know, you have to, it's like a relationship. You have to keep it strong, you have to keep communicating.
Right.
So, um,
Mm-hmm.
let's see. Um wow, what light are we using because we're glowing? That is not lighting. We're naturally glowing, obviously. I'm just kidding. What are you using? Are you using a ring light?
No, just natural. Well, you
Oh,
know,
oh,
light.
excuse me. I'm using a ring light. I'm sorry, I don't have that natural glow.
Some
No,
people like
but
it.
yeah, it's just lighting. It's just a different lighting. Y'all ever make a friend and don't recognize them the next day?
Ooh,
What, like how they're acting different the next day or they're acting weird? Um, let's see. Sorry, I'm reading the comment. Uh, okay. 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 Anyways, so I know this is all over the place. Guys, I'm just really excited to just be talking to my friend. I mean, we've talked, but this is like video chatting. I have a Samsung, so Samsung users, we don't have like FaceTime. I mean, we have like Google Chat and just different stuff like that, but I'm not a big FaceTimer, so it's like nice to
yeah.
see this. But anyway, so how have you been doing? I mean, with the quarantine and you know, you were quarantined by yourself, now you're with your parents right now, But yeah,
Mhm.
how was that when you were like quarantined by yourself, and how did you make it through?
It was a little bumpy, because, like I said, we were definitely in a place where you really had to like check in with yourself because you're always on the go, you're always on the move, you're working, you're with your friends, so at that point everything was literally on, shutdown.
Yeah. Mhm.
So at first, it was hard. It was very hard because I understood, your situation. You have a boyfriend, of course. So for
And
me,
then
it was like,
sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but I always feel guilty because it's like I don't want you to feel like I would chose you over him or anything like
no,
that. Like I wish you could have been quarantined with us, but it was like all of this uncertainty and stuff like that. So I always just feel like, yeah, but I just, yeah, I don't.
no, because I mean, everybody, I mean, at some point, and honestly, later when we go down this quarantine discussion, I feel like everybody was either with their family by themselves or with their significant other. So I feel like, of course, if you have a boyfriend, you want to be with your man or your girlfriend, whatever the case is. So, again, from coming from a single standpoint, it was a little tough, but honestly, it showed me that when you are uncertain, you just have to find a way to make yourself happy because it starts with you, honestly. So it was kind of like it felt crazy, but I feel like it was much needed because yeah, looking back at it now, I was just like, wow, like I really had to push myself. I really had to get out of that, loner, stage point. Because at some point I did feel lonely. I was like, dang, it's only me here and not, nothing against you or anything like that. But I was just like, I was by myself. So I had to figure it out, I had to figure it out. But at the end, it all, it worked out. So
Yeah. So then
mm,
would you say that you learned a lot about yourself? Because I know people are saying like just being in there, just being,
mhm,
just being quarantined, period, or whoever you are. I mean, it is like you are going through a whole mental and everything like that. So yeah, it was just what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something, but then I forgot. No, I forgot.
all
I
right.
forgot. I forgot, but yeah, I mean, I know it's just it's like I feel like now that we're quarantined and we can't see each other as often, I kind of really like felt like I should have took advantage of the time when we were living together. Because for me, it's crazy because my thought is with room because I love being by myself. Like I love hanging out with you and hanging out with people, but I love my alone time. So I had to, if it was reversed and I had the place to myself, I would be like, hey, got the place to myself. I get to be around here. I mean, I could be naked there with you anyways, but I'm just saying, like, I could have, I don't know. I just like, even when my boyfriend leaves to go to work, I'm like, oh, I got the place to myself. I get to just work. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. That's just how I was. So I'm like thinking, even though you're different because you're like thrive off of being around people and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So I don't know. I mean,
It's a balance. It's a balance for me. Like, being that it was like, okay, I had to stay home.
mhm.
Um, it was more so like, okay,
And you don't like
you
staying
know,
home. I
huh?
love. I said you don't really like staying home.
No, because if I'm home for too long, I feel like I'm an overthinker and I feel like my mind would just do the most and I'll get into like a race with myself. Unless I'm watching Netflix or I'm working on something else, I just feel like I just need to be able to, I don't know, like have some time, like a balance. It has to be a balance for me, honestly, because I like my time alone, especially when I'm having my little wine and stuff. But
Yeah,
I like to,
wine. You always gotta bring up your wine. You've been drinking some. I mean, I'm sure. Anyways, next, I forgot where I'm like for a second. Go ahead.
but I mean, overall, like I said, it was a scary time because we still don't know what's going on. But now I feel like everybody kind of has a understanding. The grocery stores were running. I was like, oh my gosh, like, are we not gonna have any more toilet papers? And it was crazy. It was
Yeah,
really crazy going to the grocery store. So
for sure, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, let me. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the comments.
Yeah, you're fine.
How do you deal with your friends changing? Um,
You want to go?
yeah, okay, so again, yeah, I feel like we changed, or maybe I changed, or maybe we did have a point. Again, when we were living together, it was definitely an experience for
Yeah.
sure. Because we get along well, but we, I guess, personality wise, or just certain things, I guess, growing up, we just like, again, people have their own things, are in their own different places in life and stuff like that. So I guess we both had our changing at one, when I moved in, I was not like, I wanted to be around, how do I describe it? Like, I wanted to hang out and I was excited that we lived together, but I was
Mhm.
also like, I need to build for my future. Like, I need to like work and stuff like that. And then, that kind of put a bridge in a relationship, because it was like, oh, we're together, but then you're saying how you barely see me and stuff like that. So anyways, I just felt like communication, because then we ended up talking about it multiple times
Mhm.
actually.
Mhm.
And I just feel like that's important, to just voice your honest opinion when you
Mhm.
feel something's off or something's weird. Like, I'm the type of person, like I did for you, it was like a meeting. Like, hey, when you have a sec, let's talk. Yeah, like, I'm the type of person usually to, like, she doesn't like confrontation. So I feel like there may be a problem, but you're just gonna be like, oh, everything's fine, or you're just not gonna like address it. And I'm just like, hey, okay, listen, something's weird. This is a
Right.
vibe, like it's off. Like, I have a good feeling and sense of just, and I'm just like, okay, no, we just need to talk.
Mhm.
Even
Mhm.
if it's uncomfortable, it's just like, okay, hey, you, like, come, let me know when you have a sec, sit down in the couch or kitchen area, wherever, and just
Yeah.
be honest about how we are feeling, and that's just it.
Yeah, I honestly feel like, with anyone, like we have to just, if we feel some type of way, we shouldn't have to hide it. Like it has to be an understand. That's another thing. I feel like sometimes people hear what they want to hear, but you have to have an open mind and have an understanding. Now, if you are forcing a relationship where it feels like it's being forced and you don't understand that you guys are maybe growing,
Mm,
then that may be a problem. For me, I came to understanding that, okay, this is Jess now, and I am, me. We're best friends. We've known each other for so long, but they may, because we're growing, and as you grow, you start to learn things and you start to go back to things that you know about yourself and that you're discovering about yourself. So at the end, it's all about just, do you still want to keep this person around, or what's the main reason? Like, what is it that, like, in the long run, if I'm still friends with this person, that, not saying that, how should I say this? I don't want to say come off in the wrong way, but as friends, you have to have some type of like benefits. I don't know if I'm saying that right.
I
In a
feel like
way, you know what I'm
you
saying? Like,
to it. Like, you should be
yes,
taking
yes,
something from it. As
you're right,
whether that doesn't mean you're using the person. That means, like, if you're
right,
happy, does
right,
it make you feel better when you're around,
right.
or whatever, or a
hmm
good listener
hmm
or whatever.
So if a friend is changing, whereas it's like, it's not what type of changes. Like, if I see a friend that's just like, if going in the wrong direction, I'm gonna let them go. Like, what does that have, like, what, how does it benefit our friendship if you're deciding to go a different route that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't evolve, or that doesn't allow us to grow as friends and see
And
each
we
other?
don't
And,
really vibe that well anymore. So
mhm,
I mean, that I'm
exactly.
not saying we, but I'm just saying circumstance.
Yeah, 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 exactly, exactly. So I feel like when we were going through our situation, it was just because we, again, needed to communicate, and it was just an understanding, like, we're growing. It's
Yeah.
okay, we're growing, but we still have love for each other. It's not a growing where it's just like, girl, yeah, I'm, just gonna be reckless, and so yeah.
Yeah. I feel like you can outgrow some friends, and I hate when people see it as a problem and want to start beefing. Like, just either adjust or it won't, or work on it. Yeah, true. I mean, you definitely can. I mean, yeah, everybody grows, and it's like, if that person, like we just said, if they're not, if you guys are moving at different places, which you're gonna do because everybody grows not at the same speed or different paths and everything like that. Again, you have to understand that when you come together, like how valuable is the relationship for you to keep and work on, you know? And if it's valuable, like you like the person, you genuinely still want to spend time with them, it's just you have other stuff going on, then again, like we said, communicate that. So I don't know how to deal with my friends making stupid decisions. I've distanced myself, and yes, I miss them, but I don't want to be caught up. I mean, it depends on what, like, you know, that's understandable too. I mean, but yeah, I don't know.
You have to listen to your intuition. Like everything is, you know, your energy. Like, why would you want to bring somebody around you that kind of you're always in confrontational situations? You know, if you're growing apart, just let it be. You know, don't listen to your intuitions. If you see somebody not making a difference, it's kind of like you're like Jessica always gives me advice. Like you always give me advice. So I feel like sometimes people just want to hear the same thing over and over. And I've had my point where Jessica had to give me the same advice over and over. But at some point I had to tell myself, like, Kati, okay, you've been getting the same advice. Like, what are you really gonna do about it? So that's the point you got to get to, and that's with anybody around my life now. If I have to keep telling you the same thing over and over, you're not changing. At some point, I'm gonna give you just 3 words, and that's it. Just do it. Just
do it like Nike.
Yes.
That's funny.
So that's what it is. Like I think people just sometimes want to hear somebody, you know, comfort them over and over and over. And if the person is not changing, you're wasting your own energy at this point. You're pouring your energy into this person, and it's frustrating you. So now your energy is going down, and they're just staying there. So
you shouldn't feel bad. Point blank, period. I mean, of course, hopefully that person doesn't make you feel bad, but it's like your life, and you just gotta do what you feel is best, pretty much. Let's see. Friendships are like gardens. You can plant a seed and they might grow, but they'll grow a lot easier if you're willing to put the work into it. And sometimes you have to pull the weeds out.
I like that. That's good.
That is very, that's relationships, period. Trust me. That is, yes, for sure. I had a best friend from primary school, and we left primary school, passed for different schools. We lost contact with each other and got back in contact, and she kept switching her phone. What? Wait, hold on. And I realized I will always check up on her, and she will always tell me about her problems. I will always be there. I was overplaying my part and didn't even realize, so I just stopped, and she hasn't texted. So yeah, if she's not putting in the work, if you putting in more work than she is, it's clear that she's not even like.
Another thing too, I realized though, not everybody has the same heart. Like not everybody understand. That's what I'm saying. You got to get to that understanding as friends. Like Jess, I'm gonna tell you, communicate, understand. We need to talk. You know what I'm saying? So it's understanding. And if that friend doesn't, like you just said, she's not texting you. If you don't, I don't know if you've reached out to her and maybe say, hey, I realize that I'm the one that's continuously, you know, reaching out, like what's going on. If you haven't said anything, maybe communicate that to her, and then maybe she might.
And if she doesn't say anything, then it's just like, okay. But yeah, like, again, it's all about communication. Again, that's the thing if we never communicated, and it's been uncomfortable at times, even for me, and I can talk about anything. You could tell me anything. I may be offended, but I'm like, I want you to tell me the truth, and I may be like a little stubborn, but I'm the type of person that will listen to everything you have to say, and then I'll go back, you know, once we go apart and I have my space, and I'll replay it in my head and be like, you know what? She was right, or that's right, or I'm doing that. So it's just like, you gotta just be honest and have those uncomfortable conversations. You have to. You can't just be thinking something and then you can have resentment for the person, and the person it's like also if you're not communicating, then you build assumptions about the person in your head. There've been a lot of times where I'm thinking, oh, she's doing this, and I'm sure you're thinking, oh, this whatever, and then when we come together, we're like, oh. Yeah, exactly. So Oh, hi, Coconola. Welcome to the live. You're still here. What do you think about friends not sharing important life-changing decisions with you, and not that I feel like they owe me anything, but I love supporting my friends and seeing them grow. Not sharing important life changes.
Um,
Jessica Hilton. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't. I feel like if they're your friend, they will want to, unless they're busy or something and they just haven't like made the time to. But again, if you feel, again, like we said, one person may not even realize they're doing something that upsets you or make you feel some type of way, or hurt or something, and it's just like communicating that to them, and then however they respond, if they respond with like empathy or care, like, oh, I didn't know, blah blah blah, I didn't know you felt that way, I'm gonna try to work on it, blah blah blah, or something like that. Or if they're like, what are you talking, like, or they're whatever, then it's like,
yeah, I agree.
yeah. But don't you feel like that should be, if you have anything important or changes going on, like, where we pretty much know, I mean, we may not, again, depending on the circumstance, I mean, we're not gonna like call each other, I mean, it depends on how big it is.
Depends on what it is. Like if it's something like, I don't know, like
You got a promotion.
married. I don't know if it's like marriage or
Oh,
like
marriage.
things that like maybe you're pregnant. I don't know. Like that, I would want to know.
That is big. Like, that's something I would call immediately. But if, like, I don't know,
Let's like
sometimes,
a job promotion or you won the lottery. I don't know. I mean, if you win the lottery, of
I be
course.
feeling some type of way when she don't call me and tell me stuff. There's been a lot of times where we had a conversation after not talking for, whatever, and then you tell me all this stuff. I'm like, why you didn't call me right then and there? But I feel like, you be thinking, I don't want to bother. But I'm like, I want to know. Like, I want to know somehow.
Yeah.
Whatever, but nothing major. Like, obviously, pregnancy, marriage, stuff big, like stuff like that. Like, yeah, we're
Mhm.
gonna.
We're gonna make sure that we are at the door. we, oh, I'm at the door. Whatever the case is, we're gonna make sure that we're
Yeah,
there.
for sure. Let's see. Jessica Hilton. Okay, but yeah, so I mean, so anything like, I don't know, I just feel like, how's being single in quarantine? Has that been a struggle for you? Or push
Um,
that to a side and feel like,
honestly, I feel like if you like, for example, like at work, I of course, still interact with people. Of course, I have to be very cautious and make sure I wear my mask. But I honestly find people that say, "Hey, let's take you out to dinner." I'm like, "Where are we going to dinner?" Because it's
right?
hard.
Yes.
It's hard because it's like now you can't really date and be comfortable. Now you have to go do like more so adventurous thing, maybe like
Like,
go on a hike or work out or whatever the case is. But it's not like this one guy, he I don't even want to talk about that.
I don't even know about.
but
I don't know about this.
yeah, but anyways, like I said, it's just very hard. Because for me, I know people don't care, people are out here going out, going to restaurants, but
Yeah,
I
that's
have to
cool about
I
that.
have to be
We're still
careful.
on dates.
Yeah, I have to be careful. So for me, it's like I would be down to go like do some adventurous, date or whatever. But I don't know, my life is on the line at this point. We're gonna have to date virtually, like seriously.
Yeah. But have you been on that, like any Tinders or anything, or any of the?
I'm not really into dating apps. Like I get on there and I deactivate it, and it's like it's not me. I'm more of like I have to sense your energy. I have to, I can't just look at a picture and think, oh yeah, that's the one.
Yeah,
I
or
have to
message
be
them and not really
a date or whatever. And yeah. So honestly, I think with time going, honestly, if it's meant for me to, date or find somebody or whatever the case is, it'll happen because just like I may be going to the grocery store, somebody else may be going to the grocery store and he may be single and he's like, oh, you look good with that mask, of course. But if it's meant to happen, I'm the type of person like if it's meant to happen, it'll happen. I'm not gonna be desperate and be swiping left and right. So
yeah, that is crazy to think too. I mean, that's another thing. It's just like, wow, people are quarantined with their boyfriends or girlfriends, and some people are driving each other mad. We got the other side of the spectrum, people single, and then really like some people are just really like, it's just like two different things. And did you hear about the club in Atlanta?
The one with the pool?
Yeah, with the pool. People
Girl,
out.
yes. I was like, y'all are out here risking your lives for what? For a one
I mean,
night good
I get
time?
it. I get it. If you're I get it. I mean, if you're, I mean, I'm not. I don't get it as in I support that. I don't think that's a yeah. But I'm just like they just. I mean, I
It was
get the
crazy.
feelings and the wanting to be around people and wanting to get your freak on and stuff like that. But sheesh, they just that was the most. That was the worst.
It threw me off. It threw me all the way off. I was like,
I'm
okay.
glad I don't have to worry about you doing that.
No, I think the most that I would do like is probably go to a patio restaurant where they have, of course, the spacing, and maybe go with a friend or whatever the case is. That's the most that I would do, and I'm not even there yet. But yeah, that whole going to the club and it's scary. Some people are like, oh, I'm gonna do a mask, and I'm just like, the mask don't. Anyways,
Serious.
it is. It is. It's a very unknown. I honestly feel like with this virus is just
Yeah.
nobody really knows. There at first, remember I was telling you that at first it was like, okay, you're not required to wear a mask. Only people who are sick are required to wear a mask. Then they said, okay, it's time to wear a mask. Everybody has to wear a mask. And then what was another thing that they said?
It's been on and off, pretty
It's
much.
on and off. It's on and off. The symptoms. They say, okay, you're gonna have fever. You're gonna have this, and all of a sudden, it's like, okay, some people have no symptoms. So it's. I honestly feel like this world doesn't really know what this virus is capable of. They're just trying to put things out there to make people more so like fearful. Of course, the news is not gonna broadcast anything good. So, but I definitely think we need to be careful, take care of ourselves.
You have to be, yeah, that's it. Because everything's so uncertain, you just have to be careful. That's my thing.
Mhm.
It's like that's it. Like you don't want
Mhm.
to take your chances on something that, yeah, like we don't know full facts on.
What's going
So,
on?
or how long this is gonna last. And of course, we all want to get out of this so we can go live our best lives and go on dates and go hang out with
Mhm.
our friends and stuff like that. But in order for us to get there, we have to comply with what is required to be safe so we can, So I mean, so now that you've been with your family, do you feel like better, like as far as like loneliness or
Um, I guess. Oh no, I
you
mean,
still feel lonely? Or like does it feel better to have people around you or do you still like
I mean, it does feel better to have people around me. I would say it's been way better compared to the way it started off. I'll tell you that. But um, now I'm missing because my goal this year was to be out there, not like that, but to network and meet people and go places, and places, and now everything is on hold. So it's kind of like I made a decision, so now I have to. I don't know. I just have to just wait to see how things go and go from there. But as far as like feeling lonely, no. I mean, I have my siblings; they're in my ears 24/7, and of course work.
yeah,
So
true. That is a good point. Oh my, well, that yeah. I mean, I just want people to just listen so we can just get out of this like as soon as possible. Um, let me see. I'm reading the comments over here. Did you guys have any extra or have any questions that you wanted to ask us while we are wait, hold on. Oh, my opinions are all out of love, and I know when people need. You're in a okay Pisces. We got Pisces. We got Scorpio. Jessica Hilton, you're a Scorpio. I know about you Scorpios now. My boyfriend is a Scorpio, and that's all I have to say. You guys are very interesting. So what are some things that you've been enjoying doing in quarantine? Like there's stuff that actually like brings you happiness other than I know you love your wine. But
um,
you've been working out way more than I have.
Yeah, working out, just really spending time with myself, seeing what I want. I mean, not as far as what I want, but like what I do enjoy and doing more of it and actually being in a time where, like you don't want to take anything for granted anymore. Cause like I wish I would have if I would have known this was gonna happen, I would have took a lot of dance classes. I would have went, to go paint and I would have went to go, do a whole bunch of other things. So for me, it's all about maybe just starting with the small steps, like working out. Like at some point, like I wanted to start painting, and I went and bought the canvas or
Yeah.
whatever, bought the paint brushes, but I never started. So now it's just like sitting there, and now I'm just like, okay, I can finally get some paint and start painting. I just feel like this is a time to create. This is the time to discover.
Yeah.
So that's just really what I've been doing
Yeah.
during.
Yeah, I went into the start of the quarantine or whatever with, I gotta be productive. I gotta make the most out of all this time. And then it's like months later, and it's like almost at the point to where I don't know, because everybody again. I mean, I still works, but a lot of people aren't working as much. And are your hours cut, or are you still, or is it
No,
kind of like the same?
it's the
Has
same.
it been the same?
Hmm.
Okay. Well, I know for me, it's like, this quarantine stuff. It's like I want to be productive, but it's just like, I don't know. It's just, especially with me, because I don't work every day. I mean, I have YouTube and I babysit here and there, but it's just like, I don't know, just being confined in the house. It's just, sometimes your motivation is like a roller coaster. Like, you
Yeah.
want to do so much, but then it's just like, what is it worth? We're just in quarantine. Like, what is the point? I don't know how to describe it, but it's
I
just
don't think
like,
I get what you're saying. I don't think anybody knew that it was gonna go on for this long. So it's definitely gonna be a roller coaster. I think you're gonna hit some walls where you're gonna keep trying, and it may not work out, then you discover something else out. So I do get what you're saying as far as being motivated, not being, but I would just say go at your own pace. Don't let social media again still plays a
yeah, of
part.
course.
Don't let anybody make you think that you have to be accomplishing something. Tap into things that you maybe have put on back hold for so long and be like, okay, I can finally take baby steps into doing this because this will be going on for the next couple years. I mean, we don't know.
I
So
don't know. We're not gonna put anything out there, but yeah, you don't know whatever happens. But I just feel like just find your things that make you happy. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Because I know for me, I've been really wanting to work out more. And then the fact that I haven't, I just feel so unhealthy, and I feel like, and I can get into a rut. Like I don't have muscles, and I can just get in my head and just be like, I lost all my muscles. I don't know, blah blah blah. But then it's just like, don't be hard on yourself, Jess. Like when you want to work out, when you feel the need to work out, just get up and work out. But don't be mad if you want to be consistent and then you just fall off after the second day and then you get sad because it's like, I fell off. It's just like, don't be hard on yourself. Like you may fall off. This is quarantine. You may get motivation to do something and then you're whatever, and then just don't feel it anymore, whatever, and just don't be hard on you. Let yourself
yeah, yeah,
feel, why also, like, again, keeping that balance, because
yeah.
again, we are all going through this. And yeah,
Mhm.
I get some Nina said, I don't even feel like we in quarantine anymore, I'm in Atlanta. Yeah, see,
Girl.
I still feel like I'm in quarantine. I can't speak for all the other people out here just acting like, yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah. And it's like that. It's literally like that. I literally told you I went to the mall and I'm just looking around like, why is it so busy? Why is it so packed? And people are out walking around like we're not in quarantine. And I mean, at this point, I don't know what to say.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's just you would think people would want to take more, precaution and just making sure that they stay home. I had no business at the mall. I went to the mall just because I was getting I needed some clothes for work. But some people they were just chilling. Like it was just a, a normal day.
mhm.
So, I mean, hey,
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, we can't. I yeah. I have no words for any of that. I'm just like, I feel like it's selfish when you're out, because it's like, again, what is the goal here? Like we are trying to have a life again. But it's
mhm.
like, I don't know. So
I think everybody's just uncomfortable that some people are just like, you know what, I don't care. If I get taken out by the virus, then it is what it is. I honestly feel like there's a lot of people who think that way.
I mean, I
Because
don't put anything past anybody at this point. 2020 has been a
yeah.
year full of people just being people, and
Mhm.
I think it's just been showing a lot of people's like, I don't know, like just it's yeah, 2020 has just been a year. But I mean, I don't want to like, I don't even like thinking about that because then it's like, then you start thinking, oh, people are out, oh, we're gonna be in this for a long time, blah 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 blah. I don't even try to think about that. I just try to stay with me and know, okay, do what I know I should do, put my mask on, not be out that much, make
Yeah.
sure the people around me is doing what they're doing, and then just trying to just work on my mental health and be good within myself. It's like I have to live in a little bubble. Every now and then I'll go out and check the news and make sure get my periodic updates, like, but most of the time I'm just like, I don't even care about what Susan and what them doing. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
even gonna concern myself about them. I'm just gonna again work on me, focus
Right.
on what I'm doing, and just take this a day at a time. And that's just
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. That's all you can do.
Shay Baby asks, as your younger selves, did you guys plan any goals for your future? If so, have you reached any of them yet? Okay, do you want me to go?
I had to think about that one.
Oh wow. Yes. Well, I wasn't well, I did make a dream board. What is it called? A dream board?
More?
Yeah, vision board. Yeah. I did that and I feel like, yeah, so I did want to make a YouTube channel. So I did that. That was a goal. I wanted to go to school, get in college. I did that. I didn't stay in college, but I was a person who went to college and experienced it. And I went to fashion school. I wanted to get accepted into a fashion school. It's a popular, SCAD here. It's a bit, yeah. So like a popular fashion school. I ended up getting accepted, but it was way too expensive for me to even do. So I still feel like that's an accomplishment because it's like, okay, I had, So I mean, so yeah, obviously that getting a fashion school, starting a YouTube channel, helping people is always what I wanted to do. Since my second major besides fashion design, because I changed my major, was psychology. And I liked psychology because I just think people are interesting. Like, I'm very nosy when it comes to people. Like, I always tell my boyfriend, if I could be like, this sounds very weird and creepy. I swear I'm not a creep. But if I could be like a fly on the wall of everybody, like if I could just be a fly on the wall through and just look at how people live their life and how they go through things, I would be so like, I don't know. I'm just so interested in just how everybody, the difference and how people's emotions, how they deal with it. So anyways, I just love helping people and I love people. So I think, yeah, I mean, I have a platform where I'm able to help people and be creative and do what I wanted to do. So yeah, so far, I mean, I'm accomplishing some things. Do you?
Right.
Yeah. What about you?
I mean,
Yeah, I think I already know some things, but you can
oh.
do. But
Huh?
I said I already know some things I can name for you, but you can go.
What?
That you've accomplished. You wanted to have your own place. First of all,
Oh,
you wanted
yeah,
to
yeah,
get
yeah.
into working out and change your body, and your body looks good. Like you were ham. Like you went ham in the working out. Like I always tell her she should be get on her YouTube channel and show her workout routines because she's so good at it. Like that's how I got into working out. I hated working out until I started working out with you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would say my younger self, I don't think I really had anything planned. I mean, I just was always, like go with the flow type of person. Of course, I overthink a lot of things, and I think honestly, things just kind of played out for me, and I am where I am. But I'm understanding that, certain things are not my passion, or maybe, this is not for me. So I'm slowly still discovering things about myself. But I will say that, for a 24-year-old that I mean, I will say this. I'm very hard on myself where I feel like sometimes I don't feel as, like I'm accomplishing things,
Mhm.
but really I have as a 24-year-old. So,
Yeah.
um, I will say that, like just financially, and just who I am as a woman, I feel like I've accomplished, just being who I am. And yeah,
Yeah,
that's the
I
only.
totally agree. I mean, trust me, I say those things, but honestly, like I feel like I could be at a bit higher. I could be doing more right now. So, and I feel like that's so terrible because we should give ourselves the like. We shouldn't be so hard on ourselves. I mean, we're only 24, and 24 is young. Maybe not to some people watching this that's younger,
Mhm.
but 24 is like you're still a child. You're still learning. We still don't know. I mean, we're adults, but we're still learning about ourselves. I mean,
Right.
we're growing into things, we're going out of things. We're like, it's just a whole. I mean,
Yeah,
dang, your 20s. It's just a
I
whole.
think, I mean, honestly, I think people think like accomplishment should be something like major, like, oh yeah, I don't know, just a
Yeah,
big
no, it
deal.
doesn't
But
have to be.
I feel like if you're healing, if you're discovering, if you're actually being in tune with yourself, that's an accomplishment,
Yeah,
So
you're growing, you're changing, you're evolving. That's just the thing. If you're not changing or growing, or I mean changing, but if you're not growing and learning, I mean, and just I don't know, change is. I mean, there could be good and bad change, but if you're
yeah.
not growing and evolving as a person, then it's like, what are you doing? So that
Hmm.
should be the main accomplishments. Even how you view yourself, like self love, your mental health. Um,
Exactly.
Yes. Genesis, yeah, we that's just a terrible thing. I hate that we're all so hard on ourselves. I mean, that's just a common trait that we go through. Overthinkers, two overthinkers here and two people that's just hard on ourselves. Uh that's just how it is, but you got to just
You got to take a step back sometimes. Just go, okay, look, I've done this. I was here because I mean we've all gone through our points in life where we've been through a situation that we never thought we would get out of. And then you look back and you're just like, wow, like I made it through. Like I'm good. I'm happy, And I also believe in just in times where things are, tough, to also be very like, okay, I'm gonna get through this. It's all gonna work out. Like you have to,
and
what's the word?
don't
You have
compare yourself to other people's progress. I think that's what caused us to be so hard on ourselves. And so
Mhm.
this because of like we seeing stuff on social media. I think social media and then our parents are the biggest like okay, our parents feel like we should be this place. And then when we go on social media or go on different, we see everybody at this place, blah, blah, blah. Even like people that you see from high school and just everything like that. It's just like, oh, I should be here. I should be doing that. And it's just like, you got to get that out your head. Get it out your head. This is your life.
Yeah, you're in your own lane. So
Yeah, literally. It's you. That's you. Those people, like, that's them living their life. This is your life.
mhm.
You can live it the way you want to. If you want to freaking live in a cardboard box and you're just content with that. No,
Right, right.
you know what I'm saying? It's like your life. Like, of course, a lot of people aren't going to understand, the path that you choose to go on. Like, but
Mhm.
that's not for them to understand. It's your life. As long as you're happy and you're content, then
Yeah.
that's just what it is. Wait. What are some things that we have faced as young adults that we wish we would have known when we were younger?
Mhm. I got a couple.
Okay,
I mean, I got a lot, but
go ahead. I still have to think of a couple.
Um, I would say the first thing that I wish I would have, known as, being young, that, to listen to yourself. Like, don't let your parents be an influence or whoever that you're growing up around be an influence on you. If you want to do something, just go for it. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, well, you're not going to make enough money or you're
Mhm.
not going to make it. And, like, just do it because what I've learned is when you do what you love, money, networking, how whatever it is, it will always come. It's gonna always grow, but you have to build that momentum for yourself. You don't let nobody tell you what you can and cannot do.
Yeah.
just because they're,
And it's not even everything. You could be doing something that you love and making less than
yeah,
somebody that's doing something just because they feel like they need to, and you could be
exactly.
the goal is shouldn't be a millionaire to make so much money for you
Mhm.
to live your life. The goal should be you doing something that makes you happy
Yeah.
with it. And obviously you want to be able to survive and stuff like that, but you don't. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I would say, just, do something that's going to make you happy. Don't let nobody, belittle your vision or what you would love to do, in life. So that's one. Another thing is, I would say, from a single standpoint of relationship, um, for anybody who is single, first, find out what you love. It's all like everything in reality is just, it starts with us. It starts with, yourself, So when it comes to relationships, don't ever, if you are in a confusing or in a place in a relationship where you don't feel like yourself or you don't feel like you're being loved, that's not it. That's not it, because the person who loves you, whether if it's a friend, if it's a boyfriend, if it's your parents, whatever the case is, that they're, they have to like pretty much build your, what's the word, like, um what am I trying to say? So basically, with that, like, you have to be around people who are going to build that vibration, So if you are in a, dealing with somebody in a relationship and they're, bringing down your energy, you're always upset, you're always confused, just cut it loose. Cut it loose. I believe that people who love you will bring the best out of you. So, and that's anything.
That
And
is
also,
true.
yeah, being single. So that's the two main things for me. So,
Yes, I could totally vouch for that. I mean, and then also with relationships, like I always tell you, if you have to question anything, like the woman's intuition, we're so smart. Like we know all these things. It's just like
right.
you're constantly questioning something about a person. This is
Mhm.
even for dating. Like, oh, if they like you, if they this, like that's red flag, red flag. Like you uh a good healthy relationship is when, like, I don't know, it's just like you shouldn't have to question. That's just it. I've never had to like question how this person feels, or how, even with my boyfriend, I remember when we were together and it wasn't ever a question if he liked me. It was like, obviously, like, this boy liked me. Obviously like he showed that. So it's like that's just it. And again, boys are different, I guess, nowadays, or I don't even know about the people here, but yeah, you just have to stay true to yourself, and then hopefully that energy that you're giving off and your self-love and how you uh project yourself and stuff like that, it will attract the right people.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. 14, and I had to learn that from myself. You have to keep motivated and self manifest.
hmm
Mhm.
All about the manifestation now. I'm learning about it, but
Yeah.
literally, yeah.
Yeah.
Manifesting.
What would you say is like the biggest thing?
Biggest thing with what? Manifesting?
Mhm.
You say yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
um,
I'm looking at the time, so I'm making sure we're good.
oh, okay, okay. So as far as manifesting, I'm still learning about it. When I first started looking into, searching about manifestation, it was kind of confusing for me. But now I understand that it's all about vibration, the frequency, and I
Is that
also,
is that like when you like say you're gonna, like, I don't know, like when you tell yourself you're gonna get something and then you get it or something?
yeah, in a
I never
way.
paid.
I mean, at first, when I thought manifestation was more so like if you repeat something over and over, or if you write it down 100 times, but that's not really the key to manifesting. Manifesting, you have to build the vibration, meaning like, if you're in a happy place and your energy is like, at its all time high, you're able to manifest the things that you want,
Mhm.
but if you're at a low vibration where you're just like, all right, I don't know, I'll be married at this age, I'll be married, but like your vibration is like low, if you're not going to be able to manifest it, so that's why they say, with self-love and making sure that you're around people who are happy and who are, good energy, because that vibration is like you're sending out a signal. So, sending out that signal, again, what you become is what you attract. So you have to have that vibration where you're able to manifest the things that you do truly want. So
yeah, well, yeah, I get that. I guess I never really got into like the vibrations or like crystals or something like that. I definitely feel like, yeah, what works for everybody. But in my words, that's just like, of course, if you're feeling your best, you're going to be more motivated to actually do those things that you are manifesting, rather than saying, I mean, you could just say over and over, I'm going to get my dream job, or I'm going to be a fashion designer. But if you're not feeling it, if you're not even feeling what you're saying, then of course it's going to be like,
it's all about you.
Yeah, so you have to, so yeah, I definitely can see that to some degree.
It's all about a feel. Honestly, you have to feel it. It's like feeling is believing. You have to believe it, So you can't just second guess yourself. If there's something that you specifically want, know that it's yours. It's yours already. You don't have to question it. If you put it out into, people say the universe, whatever it is, the universe, God, you pray, whatever the case is. If you put it out there, believe that it's already yours. So, again, I'm learning a few things here. So.
Well, that's so good. I'm just really happy. I mean, the amazing thing about friendship is just seeing each other grow. Of course, you have your times where, some uncertainty, or you guys may be, in a weird space, and you got to communicate and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's just nice to just see, I just like seeing that, how the woman that you're becoming. Honestly, I'm not gonna get emotional, but I do really like it. Like, it's just nice to see. It's just really nice to see. So it just makes me excited about the future and what's to come and everything like that.
I know. We're doing pretty good, and I'm proud of you too. So.
And we haven't even gotten started. We still got to go on our girl trips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's. I mean, whenever all this is over.
I know.
Wherever you trying to go.
That'll be the one. Like, let's go here. Let's go here.
Yeah. You gotta let me know. Hopefully it's not too far, because my finger planes, I gotta go into it. I gotta dip my toe. I can't just go full force.
Yeah, I understand.
Anyways, but yeah, so it's been nice chatting with you. I miss you. We'll see each other. I mean, I know you're being safe out there, and we'll go on a hike or get out.
That was good. I went, the other week, I think.
Yeah.
It was really good. I mean, it was definitely something I wasn't prepared for, but we definitely should have done.
How long did it take?
Maybe like 2 or 3 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, because we had to take some breaks. Like, when I first got there, I was like, why are people sitting down? Why are they breathing so hard? And then as soon as I got halfway, I was like, okay, y'all, we have to.
Where is this for anybody in Georgia who wants to know?
Yeah, so
what is it called?
It's Tallalua, George Falls, I think. It's Tallalou.
Okay.
Falls. Yeah, it's really nice, like a really, really nice place to go hiking. It honestly felt refreshing because all the sweating is kind of like detoxing. So after I left and got home and showered, I just felt very refreshed.
Yeah, we definitely have to do that for sure then. Alrighty. Okay, well, I guess that's it. I don't know how long. Do you know how long we've been on here? I always lose track of the time.
No,
anything.
I know.
Okay, it's been an hour. Okay, cool. Okay, last question, last thing. Okay, I just saw one more. This is a short one. What would we change about ourselves if we could? What can you do to make yourself work harder? Is there something that you would change about yourself if you could?
No, I don't. No, I wouldn't.
That's good, because I was gonna say no either. Because I was like, this is who I am, so I don't want to like change it. I don't know. Maybe that's weird or that's corny, but I don't want to think of having to change. This is like me, and I don't necessarily think I would change anything. There's stuff I would improve on, like being more organized, being better with my finances, stuff like that. But change, no. I mean, obviously, a little more boobage and butt action would be nice. But I'm at the point where I'm content with my body because I found a man who loves my body the way it is. So yeah. But as far as, do you have any tips for working harder? Hold on, why you do that? I'm recording, so I need to record this segment of me. Just yeah, go ahead. I'm recording a video, a morning routine video for people who's watching, and I have to show that I'm on live because it's a part of it. But what's something that you would give advice on to work harder? Hold on, I'm over here.
Honestly, to what was it? Make yourself work harder.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say, again, because we don't want to be too hard on ourselves, but I would say, I'm just trying to think how to answer this question, how to make yourself work harder.
How do you work when you're maybe slacking or something like that? Like, what's
just honestly, just finding motivation. I think one thing that I do really helps, like in the morning when I'm getting ready for work, I always watch something motivational. Sometimes I don't want to listen to something motivational. Sometimes I just want to, space out and just, be, have that morning to myself. So I'll listen to like, sounds like, jazz or waterfalls or ocean. Don't judge me. I mean, that's just what I do. But yeah, I mean, that to stay motivated, honestly, that's what I do. I listen to something motivational in the morning on my drive, to work. I always make sure to pray and just really know that things that I, want to attract in my life, they're gonna happen. That's just my way of building myself up, and as far as like, at work, I make sure that I do what I'm there to do. And I always go that extra mile because I feel like when you go that extra mile, it does get noticed. It may not get noticed right away, but if you build that momentum, build that frequency, it'll eventually show for itself. And then, you just gotta do what works for you. Not everybody that has their plans or routines or whatever the case is, it may not work for you, but you have to know what works for yourself. So
I mean, for me, I know when I do want to work harder, like say for even quarantine to motivate myself to, I have to plan out my day. Like planning out my day is something I live by. I'm very scatterbrained. I can get distracted easily. And then I could be like starting off my morning very motivated and doing it. And then I could end up just getting distracted by like social media or YouTube or my boyfriend or who knows anything or a show or something like that. And then my whole day is just messed up or whatever. Or even if I'm coming from work or I just, I want to, if I'm coming home from work and I plan to do something productive once I get home from work, but then I get home, I sit down, I relax, and then that's just it. I'm just like too relaxed and I don't want to. So again, planning out my day. Like I would do it the night before, like I did today, actually. I planned out last night my whole day. Like I said, I woke up at 6 a.m. today because I wanted to film a morning routine video. So I really pretty much planned out everything, like literally 6 a.m. wake up, 6:05 p.m. a.m. Make bed, brush teeth, wash face, blah, blah. So plan out your whole day. I mean, everybody's different, but for me, it works because then when I woke up this morning, as much as crazy, because usually I haven't been waking up at 6 a.m. I mean, we're in quarantine. That's very, for me, I don't have to work with my job. I know for you, you probably, do you wake up that early for your job?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, that's normal for you. For me, I'm a babysitter and I don't have to wake up that early. But yeah, so that's been the earliest I probably woke up this quarantine. But because I had already planned out my day, I was motivated and excited because I had a whole plan. It was like a job, it was like whatever. So yeah, I was excited to do. So when the alarm came on, I woke up and I remember everything I wrote down and I just got to it. So that made me a little more motivated because it's like instead of getting distracted on oh, what should I do first? Or what should I do? Whatever. I already had everything planned out. So that really, really, really helps. And like you said, listening to motivational podcasts or people like I like Gary V. I listen to him. You guys know I love like Gary Vaynerchuk. That's the guy. So if you want to get motivated, watch his videos. So yeah, and then again, everybody find your thing, whether that's listening to music or listening to something classical or some waterfalls or whatever you want to do, setting a mood, getting your mood right, finding a space in your house that makes you feel like you able to be more like work more. Like I know if I'm in bed and I'm doing like editing or doing stuff on my computer, that's not good really because it's like too relaxing, and then I would end up just getting in relax mode and watching other stuff rather than if I'm at a desk or something sitting up, I'm able to work harder. But like I said, go ahead.
Now I was gonna say like working out. Wait, is it echoing? Okay. As far as like working out, people always ask me like, how do you balance work with working out? Honestly, I never really understood people say working out is a lifestyle. It really is because you have to be consistent. And I have my days when I fall off too. But what really keeps me to, be motivated to go work out. As soon as I get off, you don't have to take a pre-workout, just to, give you energy to go work out. You don't have to. But as soon as you get home, again, don't sit on the couch. Don't lay on your bed. Just change, get your water bottle, and go work out. Whether if you're working out outside or if you, have a gym, whatever the case is, that's what keeps me motivated to, be consistent with working out. Just get in that mode. As soon as you get home, change, water, and go work out. So
be full force. That's it. Like again, whether you wanted to be productive or work harder, once you get home, you just make sure that once you get home, you get you either your pre-workout or you get you like even for me, I will eat some fruit, something to give me energy and to keep me moving. Because if I sit down for too long, then that's just the day, and I'm not about to do nothing because I'm already tired from work. Or even if you're in quarantine, my main thing is make sure as soon as you wake up. That's why I say if you have your day planned out the night before, you don't have to waste time on in the morning when you wake up. What should I do? What order I should do it in? It's just like go, 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 go. And then once you're already going, everything flows and you feel all motivated and everything like that. And then you have a good, successful day for the most part, So, yes, I know we said we're gonna go. This has been really fun. I'm definitely gonna have you on again. But yeah, sorry if this was like all over the place. I did not really plan it out that well. But again, this is just girl chat. Sometimes it's just going to be a discussion. Again, it's just like you guys looking into, a discussion with whoever I have on here. It's just a virtual girl chat. So it may be all over the place sometimes, but it's okay. Thank you guys for watching. Again, if you want to be on the next girl chat series, DM me on my Instagram and let me know you want to be on it, and I will have you as my next guest. But yeah, I love you, and I will see you. And then within the next week or so, we'll have to link up for sure, especially before the kids go back to school. I mean, not go back to school, but start school. Because I know they're going to have me busy being a teacher because they're homeschooled now. So it's like,
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so then I know I'm going to have to be, that's going to be an experience as it is. So I'm trying to enjoy my last week of summerish kind of.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. Have a good day, everyone. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.